If I had to do my 20s all over again, I would never have a boyfriend. And if a man wanted to be with me or wanted the label of boyfriend, only a man who pays my bills and gives me cash. That's right, ladies. You're gorgeous, you're young, you're beautiful. Get your money. At least have him pay for medical school.
So essentially what you're saying is just to become a night worker with extra steps. So I think this woman is divorced, guys, and she is not happy with men because men are refusing to pay her bills. I always find videos like this to be absolutely hilarious. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with some more ridiculous TikTok video clips for you here today. It's almost like I actually never run out of TikTok clips to show you because every day there are more stupid ones that are being posted. Let's jump into this first clip here today from this woman right here. We've got a car video for the beginning of today's episode, so let's jump into it, guys. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
Why do you guys think girls can't be funny? Girls have way more humor than guys do. This man sent me a text last night, and I respond with uncomfortable conversations with humor.
I love how, by the way, women just, or at least women on TikTok, just can't take responsibility for the way that they handle conversations, you know, because I don't know about you guys, this is immediately where I lose faith in these women. They try and always paint themselves as the victim. Here's the thing. If somebody makes me uncomfortable in conversation, you know what I do? I just don't talk to people who make me uncomfortable. I don't respond with humor because it's a trauma response or whatever the hell this woman's trying to advocate here. I just don't talk to people if they annoy me, if they make me uncomfortable. But women will, you know, whip up this story about how they're a victim and the person made them uncomfortable, and then they'll post it publicly to TikTok. It's ridiculous.
Call it a trauma response, call it whatever you want. I responded to his question like with something funny, and he was like, oh my God, I almost fell out. Like, that was actually hilarious. He was like, where did you get that from? Because like, you're just not that funny. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm not that funny? Because that came from my brain. He's known me for like a year, and he had the audacity to tell me that I'm not that funny. I don't know, like, it's just insulting.
Wow, what a terrible and evil man coming out here and telling you that you're not funny. Just by the way, this guy, as far as I understand, he didn't say that women aren't funny. He said that you aren't funny, by the way. Which, I don't know, like making this whole TikTok video about it, about the fact that you're upset that he said that you weren't funny. I mean, it probably proves his point, to be honest with you.
Because I feel like I know more women that are funny than I do guys. Like, guys have to insult each other to be funny. But like when we first got to know each other, he was like, I didn't realize you were actually this funny. And a year later, he's like, where'd you get that from? Because you're not that funny. Bro, what? If you're talking to a girl who's probably had a lot of childhood trauma, most likely she has a sense of humor.
Wow, okay, so this guy said that this woman wasn't funny, and before you know it, we have a full-on TikTok video of her ranting about how she feels insulted and talking about her childhood issues out here in public. This is amazing to me, man, where you have videos of people who just refuse to keep their private life private. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because, like, let's just say this woman did have something horrible that happened or whatever the case may be. It's not that I don't empathize with these sorts of things, you know, if you've been done wrong or whatever the case may be. But everyone has their own personal issues, and posting them publicly to TikTok, I would count as pretty damn stupid, to be honest with you. Now let's continue on to today's next video. We might just jump right in the deep end, okay, and continue with this woman that I played in the intro. And the caption here, you guys can't see it too well. It says, men who financially provide or waste of time. Wait, her grammar is wrong here. Men who financially provide or waste of time. Ma'am, TikTok videos are so short. Like, how do you, maybe I shouldn't talk, guys. Oftentimes I screw up my titles, so it is what it is. But what does it say? Men who financially provide or waste of time. Okay, let's take a listen.
If I had to do my 20s all over again, I would never have a boyfriend. And if a man wanted to be with me or wanted the label of boyfriend, only a man who pays my bills and gives me cash. That's right, ladies. You're gorgeous, you're young, you're beautiful. Get your money.
This is hilarious to me because what this woman is essentially advocating is to become a night worker, right? A dude has to pay in order to be your boyfriend. Now, here's the thing, guys. You might have been able to make this work as a woman. You know, if I get with a man, I really want him to be able to go out there and provide for me. Okay, this would work a lot better for women if they didn't go out there and hook up with dudes who didn't do this. You see what I'm saying? If you want a man to pay your bills in order to be your boyfriend, okay, or look after you financially in order to have the privilege of being your boyfriend, maybe you shouldn't go out here and hook up with a bunch of random dudes outside of a relationship, outside of a wedlock, and require those men to put in absolutely no effort because they're attractive. You see what I'm saying, guys? It's like, okay, you want men to pay your bills, you want men to provide. What exactly, or who exactly, are men doing this for? You? No, sorry.
Who pays my bills and gives me cash? That's right, ladies. You're gorgeous, you're young, you're beautiful. Get your money. At least have him pay for medical school. Help him pay for getting a business started. Now, this doesn't mean he just pays while you sit at home. Use that wisely. Build yourself up. Always have your own money and your own power.
Wait. So you're just taking this guy's money, right? Because you're a woman, and you don't even give anything in return. I'm sorry, it's funny to me how these people claim to be powerful and be independent and all of this stuff, and yet they rely on the money of men to make their lives work. This reminds me of like single mothers coming out here and being like, yeah, I'm strong and independent, but at the same time they're receiving child support or alimony or whatever the case may be. Not exactly strong and powerful and independent if you're trying to take a dude's money, are you?
That wisely. Build yourself up. Always have your own money and your own power. But have a man build you. Because we're done building men, and because that's a losing game. You can build a man up for 20, 30 years. Check out my comments. Some women have actually done it, and then he just leaves you, and you're stuck with nothing.
Oh, no. You're stuck with nothing when the man leaves you? Yeah, you shouldn't get what? You should get a reward? This is so stupid, man, is women think, right, that when a relationship ends, that they somehow just deserve the man's money. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, the man leaves, or better yet, she leaves, which, by the way, guys, statistically speaking, the women are the ones who are leaving. She thinks that because a relationship ends, she should be walking away with more money. You know what I mean? I think, guys, if a relationship or a marriage dissipates, both people should left as they came. You know what I'm saying? Like, if whatever you brought to the relationship is what you damn well leave with. You know, if you've got a man who's making 6 figures, okay, you got a man who's making a lot of money, he should not be required to give you a cent of that. You should have to go out there and you should have to join the workforce like the strong and independent adult that you are. I find this argument to be so stupid, guys, because women say, well, I've become accustomed to this life. Why should I have to go out there and actually work and get a job? It's like, okay, the man became accustomed to your cooking. So are you going to continue cooking for him this entire time? Are you going to keep up the intimacy the entire time? I mean, hey, this dude probably became accustomed to at least one of those things, or maybe not, considering how detrimental a lot of these wives are anyway. But you see my point. They don't want that. They just want the dude's money. It's a business.
You worked at his business for free. Nope. So anyways, if it does turn out well and you get married to the guy, cool. He's got money. He helped you build your own business. You always have that in case you need to leave. But the biggest regret in most women's life is the time they spent with a man. Go on, check the comments. The time we spent with a man is the most thing that we regret in our lives. All of us. Me. The only thing I regret was my 2 marriages and all the boyfriends. Like,
excuse me? I think we see what the problem here is. First of all, I don't really care. If women come out here and they regret their marriages and things like that, good. Don't get married. You know what I mean? Like, you're not marriage material. I regret my marriage. You know what I mean? It's terrible, guys. Okay, don't get married. But what do these women do? This woman has been through 2 divorces. She's had many boyfriends. And don't worry, guys, we're not even counting the flings that I am sure that she had as well. right? I can't wait to marry this woman, guys. You know what I'm saying? What a great track record this is. 2 divorces, multiple boyfriends, probably a good number of them, probably more. You know what? The dudes that she's probably hooked up with probably outweigh the amount of marriages and boyfriends that she's had rather significantly as well. Hilarious.
Boyfriends, like all of them. What a waste of time. Maybe a couple cool dates, but like that was like 4 hours. I regret only 8 hours out of the time I spent with men. The rest, I don't fucking regret all of it. What a waste of time. No, they don't teach you how to love either. Observing a child will teach you more about love than a man will. Having a dog will teach you more about love than a man will.
Okay, so how about this? Don't get married, don't interact with men, go get a dog. I mean, I don't really see what the problem here is. If you know, if men are so horrible, if we're so terrible, you regret your marriages, plural, then hey, go get your dog. Better yet, get cats. I've heard a lot of women have been investing into those as of late because they've been completely unsuccessful at their marriages as well. So I think now is probably a great time to stop dating men, and just stop. You know, collect your little herd of animals. Might I suggest some orange cats, maybe? I think orange cats might be this woman's type of cat. I see nothing wrong with this, guys. If a woman wants to walk away from dating, especially after she's had 2 failed marriages, multiple failed relationships, and an undisclosed number of hookups, I think that's perfectly fine. I don't think we're losing out on anything.
So it's just play it smart, ladies, because if he does leave you or he doesn't want to be with you, that's fine, Jim. I got my medical school paid for. I got a business. And also stay hot, because that's important to these superficial men. And you want to have a little bit of power in your court. So stay hot, always have your money, and make him pay.
Wow, I can't imagine why this woman has been through multiple divorces, guys. It's a complete mystery to me.
Because if a man's going to waste your time and not give you any O's, he better be paying those bills. Where's the flaw in my logic?
You know what, madam? No flaw. Go out there. You know, I would encourage you, keep spreading this message, and we will see how well it does for women. Because as far as I understand it, there are lots of women who are spreading this exact same message, and yet women are failing more than ever to have successful relationships. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how that works out. This woman has been divorced twice. This is kind of like, you know, someone who's completely homeless, guys, giving you financial advice and trying to invest your money, by the way. It's actually really sad because the role models for women over on TikTok, like if you look up dating advice or marriage advice or anything like this for women on TikTok, it's essentially just, hey, make a man do everything, provide nothing. And if he doesn't like the way you behave or the decisions that you've made, then he doesn't like women and he's insecure, right? The advice that women get on TikTok is actually very, very counterintuitive. Not counterintuitive, sorry. It's just completely useless. It's actually going to harm more women than anything, guys. And also, by the way, again, if you want to pitch the idea that men have to pay your bills, you should probably be a better quality woman, or at least a better quality person, if you want men to pay for your things. But don't worry, guys, that wasn't a one-off video. We actually have more from this woman. Romantic relationships are a waste of time. I wonder if she's going to be begging for money in this one. I think this woman probably got left by her last husband, and he was rich and she didn't manage to get money from him. I think that's probably what happened.
Women, why do you have a boyfriend? Does that make any sense? You're tying yourself down to one person who probably doesn't even pay your bills, invest in you, or help you build your life. He's getting access to your body, screwing up your pH balance. Why? So you can change your Facebook status so that you can be like everybody else, who's also as equally as stupid as people who are in relationships?
Yeah, so here's the thing. This woman's just incredibly pissed, by the way, because she hasn't been able to make a single relationship work. The thing that I find really funny about these videos is if you look at these women's track records, they are absolutely horrendous. 2 divorces, multiple boyfriends, undisclosed number of previous bedroom partners. And she's out here giving relationship advice, requiring men to pay. No dude wants to pay your bills, madam. This is a scam for men. Insane. But you know what? Stay single. Have fun out there, madam.
Be like everybody else who's also as equally as stupid as people who are in relationships. Relationships never made sense to me, and now when I see people holding hands, I'm like, what a waste of time.
I mean, if they never made sense to you, why did you get married twice and why did you have multiple boyfriends? I know, it sounds to me like you're just trying to rob men. That's essentially what it sounds like to me. This woman is essentially, by the way, advocating for women to just be night workers. You know, go out there. Hey, if a man wants access to your body, well, he has to pay you X amount of money. He has to pay you to go through medical school or whatever the case may be. You're essentially just charging for access to your body. And it's like, okay, if you want to do that, that's fine. But that has a word. And the women don't tend to like that word. Interesting.
What a waste of time. I hope that this little couple here only hangs out for a couple hours a day and then he leaves her the hell alone so that she can build her life. Because if you're not actively helping a woman build her life, get out of it. That's right. We're not building a man anymore. Find a man who can build you. And even then, you don't need to tie yourself down until he proves to you for at least 2 years through dating only, no boyfriend, dating, that he's serious about you.
Wait, okay, so a dude has to, let me get this straight. A dude has to pay your bills for 2 years consecutively outside of a committed relationship before you deem him as worthy of a boyfriend status. And this is a woman with 2 divorces, by the way. Oh my goodness. This is like, you know what this is? This is might be the greatest filter of all time to try and get herself the absolute simp. You know what I'm saying? And just by the way, she's talking about building up a man. Ladies, never build up a man. We all made that mistake. Let me just say this, guys. For those of you who are like business owners or something, or you just work really hard, do you think that this woman is going to be able to build you up and help you out? Do you think that having this woman in your life is going to make you more successful? I don't think so. I think this woman would be a complete detriment. If you're going out here and you're trying to become a successful man, having a woman like this in your life is probably going to make it significantly more difficult for you. If anything, because apparently you have to be paying her bills the whole time.
Then you can put a ring on it and then you can closely observe him a little bit more. And
oh, I'm sorry. It has to be 2 years. You have to financially provide for her 2 years before she considers screwing you over in marriage. No. Actually, she said without the title of a relationship, I thought. So, I don't know. Regardless, guys, you've got to prove to her that you can pay her bills for 2 years at a time before you continue to the next stage of commitment, before she deems you lowly peasant, as worthy.
Then you can put a ring on it and then you can closely observe him a little bit more. And make it okay to break up during the engagement process too. There's nothing wrong with that. Why are you tying yourself down to dirtbags, to little boys? Why are you in a relationship that wrecks your mental health? He's sitting on the couch eating your potato chips, watching Netflix, wasting your life.
I love how, by the way, if a man is sitting down and eating potato chips, then he's wasting her life. Do you know, guys, that you could be working right now to pay this woman's bills? You are actively wasting her life. How dare you sit down and watch Netflix? How dare you? Do you not understand that you could be going out there and you could be working at a factory or creating your own business so that you have the privilege of paying a 2 times divorced woman's bills, guys? And they wonder why men walk away from dating, by the way. Like, this is the kind of attitude, particularly that men have to look. No wonder men leave Western countries to find better quality women. This is like, holy hell, guys. Like, this is not an option for dating. I'm sorry. The dudes who have any degree of self-respect, women like this are not even an option. They would rather be single. This is what I say on my channel all the time, guys, is like, sometimes I think it's better for men to just be by themselves. You know what I mean? Because having a woman like this in your life, probably very unhealthy.
You could be free and independent, but you're tied down to a boyfriend. because it sounds so fun. You'll have somebody to take to events. You're sacrificing your life so that you can have somebody on your arm. And you don't realize it yet, but you could get a lot of men. A lot. And you could get even hotter too.
Yeah, you know what? You could probably get a millionaire. You could get a 6'3" millionaire. You know what? Why stop there? You could probably get this. You could probably get a 6'4" millionaire. You ever think about that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so funny, guys, because women have this. This is exactly why these women are single, by the way, is because they're always looking for the next best option. You know, Jim over here, Jim's loyal. He's fantastic. He's a great guy. But you know what? He only makes $65K a year. I have so much better options than Jim. No offense to the Jims who are watching this, by the way, right? I have so many better options than Jim. Why don't I go get with Dave here? Dave makes $100K a year. I should get with Dave. And then they keep doing this, guys, and they're like, hey, why can't I get commitment from these men? You know what I mean? Like, why do I keep getting divorced? Why do my relationships completely suck? Oh my goodness.
You're wasting your time with Bozo.
Yep, you're wasting your time with Bozo. I think we have one more clip from this woman as well. Like, her whole feed is just pissed at men for not giving her money. Check out this next one. Men manipulate to get one thing. Yeah, guys, because, you know, men are just such talented manipulators, by the way.
So if your mom and your auntie or your dad never told you this, I'll be the one to do it.
All right, let's hear it.
Men want access to your body.
I mean, maybe not yours, but I mean, if you're talking about men want intimacy, yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Men need access to your body.
Okay, now we're pushing it a bit. Need access to your body? I think, whoa, back up there a little bit, my friend.
They're deeply obsessed with it. They need access to it. They don't care about wasting your time or your life. They'll call it love. They'll hold your hand. They'll take you out for soup. They'll take you to a free car show. They will dupe you. They will manipulate you and gaslight you. Everybody else is doing it. Don't you want a relationship? It's a waste of time to get access to your body. And it doesn't stop there. They'll even say, don't you want to get married to me? Look at a big fancy ring, a big house. Now just stay in that house. I'll provide for you. Don't worry, I won't back you into the corner. I won't totally overwhelm you and consume your entire life with kids and a house.
Holy hell. Holy hell. You understand, by the way, let me just make this clear. If men only cared about access to women's bodies, you know what would be the best strategy for men? They would never get in a relationship. You know what they would do? They would just, quote unquote, play the field, I suppose would be the terminology. They would go out there and they would just hook up with women. That's what they would do. They would get on dating applications. They would go out there, make themselves as attractive as possible, and they would just hook up with woman after woman, right? There are certainly a lot of men who do this, and let's be honest about it, guys. Women have made the bar so low for men that they find attractive. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I encourage you, after you watch this video, go and watch some like Tinder experiments where people pretend to be very attractive men on dating applications and things like this, right? These guys, dating apps are essentially just DoorDash to them. Okay, it's like ordering food to the house. And this and this woman's like, yeah, you need a relationship to have access to our bodies, really? Because as far as I understand, a lot of women are giving away their bodies without a relationship at all. In fact, there's a whole term for it that women are really up in arms about lately. It's called a situationship. Women just seem to be stuck in these perpetually. So if men only cared about this, you know what they would do? They would just go out there and get into situationships. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it goes. That's what a lot of men are doing, by the way, because unfortunately, many women such as yourself are not actually offering anything outside of your bodies, which is unfortunate. There are a lot of guys who would love to provide. They would love to have a wife. They would love to have kids, but they say, you know what? Unfortunately, these women are not providing the characteristics I'm looking for. They're only really recreational fun only, it seems.
Don't worry, I won't back you into the corner. I won't totally overwhelm you and consume your entire life with kids and a house. Don't worry, I'll take care of you. And then when the tables are turned, he's got free access to a woman at home, and then he can wander the streets and do whatever. They don't care about you as a human being. Most men just want you for a pretty little object so that they can objectify and use as an access to a woman's body. When a man sees you, he doesn't go, oh, I can't wait to be in love with her. He says, oh, I can't wait to gain access to her body. That's all he's thinking about.
Again, this woman is, I think she's a little bit confused here, because I don't think any man is thinking about this woman in this particular way. I don't know about you guys, but that kind of comes across as a little bit repulsive to me. I actually have probably negative interest in this woman's body, to be honest with you. I just love this assumption, you know, men, they need access to our bodies. Oh, really? Is that why a lot of men are walking away from dating? You know what I'm saying? Like, men are interacting with women at record lows. And this woman's like, men need us. They absolutely need us. And you know what? They have to pay our bills if they want access to our bodies. Again, this woman fails to understand that there are so many women out there these days, guys, who are giving away their bodies without relationships or without requiring effort from men. Why? Because this is empowering. Women are empowered, guys. They are liberated. They can make their own decisions. If they want to go out and hook up with a bad boy, that is their decision to make. And who are you to tell them otherwise? But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. You know, hey, maybe this woman will rope in a third husband simp who's going to pay her bills. I don't know. But nevertheless, we are going to be leaving it there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.